Alright, we're trying this again. Let's see if everyone comes across. Yep. Sorry guys. My phone keeps playing up. It keeps coming up if something stopped working, and then, yeah. 2 weeks in a row. You're right. We'll make it out. The next stream hopefully won't happen because that'll kick out both Cornfed and myself. We don't want that. Manual ECU is no different to auto, man. And if you're flashing in an auto tune, it's no longer a manual ECU. Yeah, Cornfed, then I've got to spend money, and I don't do that. Because I spend too much on that. Hey, they don't come. This isn't going to come in threes. I won't let it. The shifter is $20 a week. That's how much it was. Because I zip paid it. I'm guessing we probably lost Delco Wizard now, which sucks because he's world full of knowledge. Damn. Let's change up these lives here. I wonder if you can change the name of it while it's going. Let's have a look. Thumbnail. I'm going to change the thumbnail because I screwed that up. Let's see if this changes it or if it kicks you guys out. We'll find out. Alright, well. I think we're good. I think we're good. You guys still see and hear me? Oh yeah, it's changed. There we go. Cool. Hopefully this pops up. Might even get some more people on with a notification. Yeah, Cornfed, I'll try not to make this happen for our joint stream. What's going on here? Ooh. Nice spicy photos. Nitro L. Damn, that shifter looks good. Stop flexing, Nitro, with how good your shifter is and how little it costs. That's not fair. Yeah, I might, even while I'm away for work, I might upgrade this to the laptop to Windows 10, or I might just have to get another laptop. Actually, my PC's actually conked itself pretty bad, so maybe I'll just get a laptop and use that. Maybe I should be able to use the GoPro for the stream. I shouldn't have issues then, hopefully. Yeah. Cameras cost so much. I've been tagged in the status. Oh, that one. I'll have to have a look and see how much cameras go for and what's good. Maybe. Can't guarantee anything. Hope you have a fancy stream set up like you do, Corn Fed, where it's got all those intro scenes and be right back, all that crap. Fancy music going. Yeah, nah. WA Mines, that's a big open area. Yeah, I saw it all there. I'll do all that when I'm at work. Get all my pictures sorted, music sorted, and have it all in there ready to go. I'm assuming on the left-hand side is where you just click, whether it's live or if it's the intro bit, be right back, you just click on them on the left and that's what it shows. I'll suss it out though. I might do a test stream. Maybe I'll do a test stream when I'm at work for as long as until people start banging on the walls for me to shut up because they're trying to sleep and I'm sitting there talking. You guys get to enjoy a live stream from a donga. Rebuilding turbines. It doesn't sound like it'd be in the Pilbara. Okay, it's missed the issue of the clutch. Right, so sorry for everyone who's already had this, but I'm going to give a quick recap. Long story short, tin shed. Clutch went in, clutch is good. Overstroked the slave. I actually shimmed it more than I had on the old clutch, which it's the same clutch, so it should have made a difference, but I shimmed it even more. But this time decided to overstroke the slave, pulled the box out 5+ times in a day to just take measurements and looked at everything. Took it for a test drive, clutch held beautifully. It absolutely just destroyed the tyres, grip, like the clutch grips, held everything that I had to throw at it there and then. I was just hot lapping the neighbourhood after that one pull just to make sure I wasn't losing pressure in the clutch pedal. It was all good. Reversed up into my garage because it was night time, got a torch, look underneath. There was no fluid dripping from the bell housing area, so I thought that was good. And as I was getting out, I noticed at the front I could see heaps of dripping. Went to the front. As I was going to the front of the car, I saw all up my driveway there was lots of drops going all the way up, so I was like, alright, I'm fucking leaking something. Had a look underneath, and off the K-frame it was just absolutely pissing oil. There was a constant stream. Like, there's still a huge patch and a small puddle on concrete, and you know concrete's porous, that absorbs it. There was a lot. Went to the top of the engine, had a look down, and one of my oil lines that comes out or back into the oil filter relocation, one of the lines there has failed, or the fitting has failed, and it was literally squirting oil out, and a lot of it. So now that is the second Golby's AN line and or fitting that has failed. So now luckily I've ordered all new lines for that relocation, and I'm going to relocate the relocator again. So I'll now have no more oil lines from a Golby's line, which is good because I don't want that to fail. But yeah, so clutch is good. Slave is now good after I had to replace it after overstroking, but I have a fucked oil line. Those lines and fittings are due to arrive tomorrow. I fly to work on Tuesday. No doubt it'll probably arrive late afternoon, so I won't have time to fix it. But at least when I get back, they will be there ready, waiting for me to go. Get that done, test it, book back into my dyno, and then find where the next issue is. But yeah. Yeah, sweet config. Yeah, I already saw the scenes there, so I'll get them set up to how I like it. Yeah, Tin Shed. Yep. Clutch is fixed for now. Hopefully the slave doesn't do something funny while I'm at work or do that. But I'm going to order shims again and another billet slave because I want to shim it a little bit more. It could probably do with a little bit more shimming, just for me to be on the safe side. But I'll pull the box later, another time, not anytime soon. But yeah, once I've got a couple pays under my skin again, I'll order a new slave because I just got one of those Clutch Industries generic replacement slaves, which just Repco and Vils and everything sell. But yeah, I was bringing it closer. Yeah. Yeah, Confed, definitely looking forward to it. It's knowing that I only have to do it once though, not pull the clutch or the bell housing. It's not too bad. It's 8 bolts on the gearbox, as you know, and then the 2 cross member bolts, and I only have to take the tail shaft out. I'm pretty lucky that I could actually get the box in and out with the exhaust in still, just mind you. But yeah, it's one of those things. I'm not looking forward to it, but I could get it done in a couple of hours. Yeah, Tin Shed, I had the alloy billet slave and that's what blew up. The clutch is actually very usable still. Obviously I haven't had a lot of heat into it, but I can still ride it. It's light on the pedal feel still compared to what I expected it to be. So yeah. But yeah, I had one of those Malwood billet ones that blew up. I'm going to order another one. I'm going to go the Automatic Performance shims, and that might take a month or so to come in, which is fine by me because that means it's a month or so I don't have to pull the box again, provided this slave doesn't fuck out. But yeah, I believe at the moment I have exactly 12 mil of crush, I think. So the bearing pushes back 12 mil. And I have about 9 mil, I think it was about 12. No, it was about 16. It's dead on 16, yeah. I got 16 mil, 15 to 16 mil of crush where the bearing gets pushed back by the fingers when the box is installed. And I have about 8 to 9 mil gap before it bottoms out. And I want to bring that another 4 mil or so, a couple mil or so. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, that's the bit I actually didn't say. So I got it all in and changed, done once, took it for a drive that night, it was all fine. The next morning, I wanted to bleed it some more. I wanted to bleed it some more because I felt the pedal felt a little bit funny, or it wasn't holding fluid properly, which in turn was right because it was overstroked. So I went to bleed it again the next morning because I was going to go take it out further than sticks and actually go give it a proper belting. I had the camera set up and everything. I went to bleed it, and then yeah, I just had liquid being like sloshed out hard and falling on the ground. So that's when I went back up on the hoist, pulled the box, found that out. Yeah, and then after that, box went back in, and then I was talking to Cornfed, rang Malwood as well, and had a chat, and I ended up pulling the box 4 or 5 times because I marked the slave with where it bottoms out at 5 mil, 10 mil, and 15 mil. So I could see how far back it was. And the first couple times I wasn't happy. So, and and had a few other goes before that. But yeah, you guys will see that in the video coming up on Saturday, next Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing, confed about 2 mil. Because I have a washer, yeah, I believe it's one washer or two washers at the moment. I just want to order the Tick Performance shims, their pack of 3, and then with the 2 shims I have, I should be able to get a combination that works so I can eliminate those washers. That's the plan anyway. Chris or Minju? No, I haven't. Luke, who is he? What does he have? What's he do? Might be a good start. Yeah, Nitro, Melwood called for 14 to 17. When I rang Melwood, I actually spoke to Mel, the owner himself, and the way he explained it on the phone is completely different to the instructions that they put online, which is fucking stupid that they do that. And the way that he explained it, and on the phone, and I told him all my measurements exactly that I had and the shims and what it ended up being. He's like, I should be fine as it is, which sure enough, so far it is. But obviously, as Confed said, it calls for probably a couple more mil. It actually made a lot more sense of how he explained it on the phone. Yeah, it completely switched my thinking on it and how I'd go about it. But yeah, you can actually measure the right shim you need technically without even having the slave bolted on, with how he explained it on the phone. Yeah. Yeah, Confed, before I had 3 washers as well, but what I actually noticed when I pulled the box out is that where the throwout bearing ran, it wasn't actually center. It had actually, because obviously it's just 2 bolts, it had actually pushed, like levered slightly one way, and it wasn't sitting center and straight on the box, which concerned me a little bit. I could physically move it too. Like I was able to push it back to center. Lucky. Probably the threads in my box have worn out a bit, so maybe it stripped a little bit. It wasn't holding as tight, knowing my luck. But anyway, for now it's fine until it isn't, but I just want to have those shims and that new slave ordered, sitting there ready. I'd rather have it there and not be bothered changing it than have the slave blow up and having to find it. Yeah, well, it still bolts up for now, Nitro. Like, it still goes tight, but there's a little bit of play still, and I haven't like properly reaped on it because I know I'll strip it. If it comes to it, I will helicoil it, but everything I've helicoiled, I've seemed to not have much luck with as well. Seem to strip all the helicoils, but they don't. The helicoils grip onto the bolt, but the helicoil doesn't grip onto what it's been screwed into. And I don't use a drill or anything, I use a hand tool. Like, that's to tap it until the helicoil goes in, so I don't know. It's a user error, obviously, but one of those things. I wonder if people are still on this live stream. Let's have a look. See if anyone's lagging behind on the old one. I'll post a comment there with a link to this one. quality cutting fluid in a alloy metal though. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't come to heli coils regardless. Yeah, right, fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, like it's been a while, but they could have walked away from their TV or phone or computer. Regardless, I posted a link to this one there because we have lost a couple commenters from there. That's all right. If anyone is a regular viewer of my videos, you may have noticed recently in the time lapses I'm not putting any music behind it because I wasn't too sure if people liked the metal music behind it, because I know I never have the vocals for the metal music in there, but I know some people aren't a fan of it, and I'm not going to put it in there if it's going to deter some people away or get them to stop watching, because the longer the views, the more YouTube pushes all my videos, which I kind of need because not many people stay, ironically. I'll have a look, let me see if I have an average view time here, which I don't think it shows. So recently my most viewed videos when it just went back on the dyno, and I think it was a 10+ minute video, and the average view ratio is 4 minutes 33 for instance. It's not so much about worrying about the alts, it's more so about trying to keep the channel growing and being pushed on the YouTube algorithm, because like I was saying, the longer people view, and obviously the more views and comments and likes, the more the algorithm pushes your channel. If people start closing the video and not listening or not watching it anymore as soon as I hear metal music, I'm not going to keep putting that up because it's harming myself, and yeah, it doesn't faze me not putting a bit of music in, which is why I stopped it lately to see how it went, but I thought I'll ask the viewers. Regardless, the music there is my own personal band songs, but it's generally the most polished song we have recording wise, or it's the newest one that we've got that I put up on there, and like a certain part of it that isn't too full on, that can kind of like ease into a part of a time lapse kind of thing. Oh yeah, Cody, just got your message. Yeah, I use Trefo almost every day at work, but not the fluid, it's like the paste kind of thing in the round tub. There's another thing as well, Tinched. When I set up the new streaming service app thing, that'll be like Cornfeds, where it has like the intro before scene and like the be right back if I have to, whatever. I probably won't. I'll probably just leave it so you guys will just see this empty, but the music behind there I'll probably have the same thing. Well, if the music's not deterring people away, then I'll slowly feed it back in and use it. Look, the music I'm going to use is always going to be my own bands anyway. It also helps with me too, because when I edit it, I actually hear music that I like, rather than generic crap that won't be demonetized. Copyright claims. There was Nitro in the old ones. I've stopped it recently. By recently, I probably mean like the last fair few months. So what's the plans with everyone's builds that are here at the moment? What's going on with that? What's next? Where are you up to? What are you thinking of doing? Fuck yeah. Plans and stuff. That's always the way. I'll be keen to see what yours looks like, corn fed, with your little what do you call it, modifications you got going at the moment. Are you going to keep them the normal colour, or are you going to what's it called, wrinkle black it? Who are you getting to grind your cam, Cody? Are they another one of the mobs that are having difficulty getting billets at the moment? Yeah, I feel you there, Tin Shed. That's yep. Yep, that's the story of my life. Yeah, corn fed the covers. Oh, Nitro, is that brackets to hold the intercooler? Are you making all your own piping as well? Surely you're going to be getting close to a turnkey. Even not to start it, just a turnkey to hear it crank. Surely. Yeah, sick all the blacks. I said, well, Tick having issues getting billets as well. An 8-week-old chocolate lab, Jesus, that sounds like a lot of energy and a lot of time and money. Okay, Tin Shed. Hit that. What's up with your cruise control at the moment? Doesn't it have the cruise cable on it? Actually, saying that, I can't remember how my setup was if I had two cables. Yeah, I think I had two cables, one for cruise, one for not. It's been that long. Oh, sweet, have you entered, have you, or planning to? That'll be sick. Oh yeah, fair enough, Nitro. What remote oil filter system did you go? Did you go the boosted built garage as well, or did you go the intense one, or just the generic one, like your standard aftermarket ones that fit? Yeah, fair enough, Luke. Hopefully he's a happy puppy and loves life. 5 years old is still eats any socks and shoes in sight. Jeez, that would be horrible. Oh yeah, sweet. So you got the same plate as me. Where are you mounting the airflow part of it? Ah, fair enough. Tin Shed. Are you making a video on it? That'll be cool to watch as well. Especially the part when you get to go out and drive it, see some driving videos, hear that whine. Yeah, Killer Dan. Who's doing your block? Awesome to see you back here again, Stabjet. How have you been keeping busy with work? Any time to your own projects at the moment, or just busy life? Tassie, classic. Oh yeah, sweet. That's actually probably a very similar spot to where mine is at the moment, Nitro. Around that area anyway. At least it makes it nice and cheap for the lines and fittings. Well, fittings are the same, but for the lines. Yeah, corn-fed, get it sorted. That's one of the things that I need to suss out too. I don't know if there's one there. That's also what I meant by it hasn't been started yet, as in we both need parts. I don't know if any of mine have been ordered. I don't even know if there's a block sorted for that, but I should get in contact and ask about it. Chris Milton Engine Development in Adelaide. Oh yeah, sweet. Well, hopefully they pull their finger out and get your block back to you. Where'd you find the new balancer as well, Dan? And the rear seal plate. I'm pretty sure you can still buy them from AC Delco. Oh, how'd COVID treat you? Because I know some people have no symptoms and other people get it pretty hard. Death wish of a customer's car. Oh, that sounds like fun. I didn't even know Red High sold them, actually, to be honest. Yeah, Cornfed, maybe I'll contact him about that while I'm at work, and then, like I'm saying, couple streams down the track, we'll let everyone know, I guess, our plans for where we're heading or trying to head, I guess. Let everyone know how much of a dreamer we are. Oh, that's not too bad then, Stabjet. Oh, well, hopefully you're better now. That's it, Confed. Yeah, trying is right. We got a long way to go and some big shoes to fill. Yeah. The first Spain COVID, I don't even know what that means, man. Really, Deco said they're not making them anymore. Shit, that actually makes me want to just order one so I'll have one spare. Turbo Eco MX-5. That doesn't sound fun to fit a dump pipe, but hell yeah, that'd be sick. Imagine the power to weight ratio on that. What do you mean it's changing? So we're still going to make one, but be different. Oh, we get old K-Swap, Boosted Boys, speciality. It's a shame they sound like absolute dog shit though. But then again, so do Ecotechs. I was a few different, alright, so I didn't realise there's different things of COVID. I don't watch the news or read the news or anything. I just don't give a fuck. Supply issue. You're right, I might look at and getting one. Martin Shed, I want to leave that to you. I don't want to take away people's like limelight and views. I'd take a K series over an SR any day. I'm not a fan of SRs at all, especially the sound. But then again, heaps of people like them, so each to their own. But yeah, I can't stand the sound of them. Yeah, you get like bugger all of them over here though, Luke. Just barrow the world. I can just K-swap it. I'm glad you noticed, Tom. We've got a big export banner there. My home theatre's filled with export merchandise, things. Export is life. Whereabouts over East are you, Tom? If you're just saying this because I know it's probably not true, but if you're that desperate to have some, let me know and I'll send you over a carton. Oh, really? So the different delivered, delivered Cortinas are different firewalls. That sucks. Rocco's only 20, 30 minutes from me, not even. If they're Rocco, surely they're on the export as well. What do you mean by that, Tom? Like playing up on the street? Okay, fair enough. They do say that WA is years behind everywhere else. The 3.4 VTEC Auto. What motor did that come out of, or is that the Odyssey motor? Told me exactly the same as here. Nah, you do a skid here outside, you'll get sacked on the spot. Over here, if your car's too loud, your boss will ask you to drive a different car to work. Well, obviously, every business is different, every boss is different, but in the general consensus over here, yeah, nah, you do skid, you're fucked. If you work, if your boss is an absolute bogan and loves that shit as well, then obviously yeah, it's going to happen. But that'd be like a 1 in 1,000 chance, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Stab Jet. it's also not just the types of cars, but the types of owners, which I guess go hand in hand generally as well. But yeah. What do you mean by way laid back? In what sense? Because the cops here are a lot more ruthless than over in Melbourne. That's because Perth's the best, mate. Apart from we get fuck all events because everyone's scared to fly over here. That's it, Corn-fed. And the people that usually take it too far are lower demographics. They're the ones with the piece of shit cars with a too loud exhaust. Sounds horrible, but they think sick, and so do their mates. But anyway. Good old front wheel drive talks here. Yeah, that's it. In stock Commos and Falcons, and then, well, obviously not now because they cost too much, but, you know, going back, well, let's just say 10 years, for example, S13s and R33s, when you could buy them for $2.5, $3 grand. Same thing, straight piped, disgusting sounding. Tom, are you talking to me or someone else about the RV and Jay-Z? So there you're lucky, Stabjet. Cops over here in Perth have been known to sticker cars that have been driving home off the showroom floor. Like literally a brand new car has been stickered. He's picked it up, it was driving home from picking up a brand new car, it's been stickered. Any lifted 4B big tyres or whatever will just get stickered on the spot. Yeah. They're just revenue raisers over here. But in the same sense, you do also get good cops that if you respect them and nice to them and your car's not an absolute piece of shit, then yeah, they'll let you go. But yeah, it can be rough. Tom, I would love to do an RB or a Jay-Z, but I don't know about prices of cars over where you guys are, but over here they are bullshit expensive. Even the motors alone are bullshit expensive, and I have enough under my belt at the moment. Maybe once this is sorted, I still have a Barra to do in the FG. Possibly, we'll see. There is a JZX100 which I would absolutely love to get. Has a 1J high mount link ECU, basically everything done to it, but I'd just change a little bit and mod further. But that's a very expensive platform, and I'd be at ground zero for that again, having to suss out what they like, what they don't like. Yeah, everything's a big clusterfuck in those motors too compared to Ecos, Barras and LS's. But I won't say no to that, it's just maybe in the future if something pops up, we'll see. I do want to buy a dedicated drift car. Like I want to do a Turbo Eco for a drift car, but if one pops up already done, already made, that's RB or Jay-Z or whatever, then I'd obviously buy that, and then that would be the content on that, fixing it, further upgrades. One of the first things I'd be doing would be changing to an aftermarket ECU if it didn't have one, or if it had an old piece of shit, I'd be changing it to a newer aftermarket ECU and then modifying from there. So it could happen, but not in the very near future at least. I've got a lot of expenses tied up with what I need to do. Yeah, well, Stabjet, over here, engineering means absolutely nothing. You can get your car engineered and a copper still defect, sticky, we call it stickered, yellow stickered here. I'll just say defected, I think that's known nationwide anyway. So yeah, we could still get defected here and have to go, we call it the pits, where the inspection place and then it's up to the inspection place then to deem if the car's roadworthy. The engineering will help you to an extent at the pits to get inspected, but as far as getting defected, it means absolutely nothing. You can have a folder this thick full of documentation from engineering stating that it's all compliant, done to spec, legal, and that doesn't matter. Over here, cops just have to think that something isn't legal or something isn't right or unsafe, and then it's up to the inspection place to go over it. And the thing is, the inspection place won't just go over just the list of what the defect was for. They will go over a full car search and pick up anything and everything. So yeah, it sucks. Mitsubishis don't interest me at all, especially not their piece of shit 3.5 litre V6. They sound disgusting, just like an NA. V6 here, don't really want a turbo one or anything like that, but yeah. What WA record are you on about? Because I think I know what the motor you're on about, and that's a different motor. Yeah, I know the workshop it comes from. WTF Auto, I'm assuming, but I don't know what record you're on about it holds, because it doesn't exactly hold on anything to do with anything apart from itself. They are, Tom, but we don't really have any need for it. If you want guns for a hobby, that's easy enough to acquire here, at least in WA. But we don't need guns for any other reason. Oh, it's at the record you're on about when no one gives a fuck about a front wheel drive V6 car anyway. Over here, at least in WA or probably all of Australia, no one really even cares about front wheel drive cars. Maybe over in America where Civics are a big thing, but yeah. Not when we've got street registered cars going low sixes anyway. The turbo is custom on this. It started its life as one of the original Garrett GT35 82s. I sent it to my turbo sponsor, and since then it has had a 70mm front turbine wheel put on it. So 70mm and 84mm are the specs on the front turbine. Has obviously been rebuilt on everything inside, all new bearings, bushers, seals, the lot. The turbine side is 60, I can't remember. It's 1mm on the inducer and exducer bigger than factory. So it's basically same, it's bigger spec than a G35 1050 is the best way I can put it. It's a G35 1050 on steroids. Oh, that compressor wheel is not that big, man. 84mm, what is that, induced extruder, I don't know. But 7080 on the front compressor isn't that big. 7084 isn't that big at all. No, not really. It's a custom wheel. It's a completely different size to a G35. No man, this actually doesn't look massive. This actually looks really small in the engine bay. Um, Making the engine bay look really impressive, it's actually the only thing letting it down is how small the turbo looks compared to everything else. Especially being that far forward in the front. If it was where my old turbo manifold setup was, where it was right in line with cylinder 3 in the middle of the rocker cover, that there would look decent size because it's right there packaged, but when it's so far forward like all the LSs are, it's actually quite small. Especially if you go look over at Corn-Fed Boost car that has an S480, that thing looks absolutely monstrous compared to mine. Once I max this out, provided the head gaskets don't fail before that, which they will, the plan was to go to a G42. Since then, a G45 has come out, so that would be the plan, go to a G45 and then install some nitrous to spool it if needed. But right now, this is stupidly responsive. Well, from the small drives that I've done at least anyway, it has so much power under the curve. Yeah. If I actually, what I'll do, sorry, you guys are going to see me staring a laptop. I'm going to bring up my log from that drive when I tested the clutch out. Let's bring it up. Just zoom out. Yeah, right there is where I hit boost. So I'd basically hit full boost by 4,200 and I started ramping into it by 3.3, so 900 RPM it had completely spooled. Tom, that wasn't me putting a heat into it, that is how I bought it. It is a Direct Clutch. That's the brand name, Direct Clutch Services. Yeah, well, I could always put NOS on this, but I want to see what it does without it, for starters. See what I can get for the 60 foot and 8th mile. Well, 8th mile doesn't really matter, so 330. So I can get to 60 foot and 330. It's sorted now, Tom, anyway. I sent it off. I got 2 new discs and the pressure plate got upped from 1,500 pounds to 2,200. That is the highest rating pressure plate that they actually do in that size clutch for LS based, I guess. And it doesn't slip anymore. Like in my videos, you can actually hear it. Like for driving videos, you can actually hear it slip as it comes on the boost. You hear the RPM pick up and drop down and start to pick up again. And it didn't do that anymore. It just grips on and goes. Plus also making peak torque earlier makes for a faster car as well. Dream and Sneezy. I remember you from last week in the stream, but I forgot who you are again, or what your old username used to be. What has happened in the week? I have a shit memory. It is, but they're forged rods, so the motor's built to handle it. and I'm building a new motor anyway. Ah, that's right. That's right, Josh. I forgot about that. Ironically, as well, yeah, we'll unleash your coolant too. Ironically, as well, today a T400 popped up for a good price, so hopefully it'll be available for while I'm at work. I'll grab that, put it aside, and get it sent off to get built to suit 1800 horsepower because I'm going to need it. Yeah, Sneezy, this doesn't have anything for sealing the heads apart from a Kinetic, which are junk. So I need to go another motor that's going to suit that. If I've got to pull the block down completely and take rods and pistons out to get it sent off to do that, I might as well just build a fresh motor because these already used pistons and rods when I bought it. That came in parts that I had a fresh block done and reassembled. Yeah, essentially, Tom. Yeah, Cornfed was see. My tax return came in the other day, but I don't want to go smashing that out completely at the moment. So hopefully it'll be available after a swing of work because there'll be 2 pays deep. They're paid fortnightly, so yeah, 2 pays deep. So I can get that, put it aside, find a place that I want to build it, have that ready. Nitro, I'm going to need it though. Once I've had a crack at the manual title and either I've got it or I'm nowhere near it and I'm not progressing, then the new combo, the manual is not going to hold up at all. And we'll see with what's happening on the new one of how much of all this I can reuse. But yeah. Well, I don't know about pushing the envelope. Jet V6 has that, and that's like a pretty hard target to get to, but that's definitely what I'm working towards, which is going to be very difficult because he uses a stroker, and good luck finding a stroker at the moment. Oh, Nitro, tell me, I paid over 60 grand in tax and they tried to tell me I owed 1.8 grand. Like, fuck, I was paying them more money. Yep, that as well. Alloy heads are impossible. No one's going to get anything out of Kevin Yates, let's face that. No one's heard from him in like 8 months. Yeah. Yeah, Tom, that's the only way to go about it. And just pray you don't get audited. But I'm pretty sure that I funded half of Australia to sit at home with COVID or not have a job. Yeah, man, but fuck paying 8.5 grand for a crank. Oh, that's insane. Was that 8.5 with postage? I can't remember from when you inquired about it. But still, nah, fuck that. I'd rather spend that on an LS or a Barra. Yeah, but the cranks don't really last over 1,000 RPM though. I guess you don't need a stroke of the same thing. You're still paying for the price of the aftermarket crank. Plus postage, yeah. So you're probably looking, what, 9.5 grand for a crank? I'd rather do an LS. LSA bottom end factory, you go 1700 horsepower every day without issues. Factory rods, crank, pistons, bearings, rings, just, yeah. Oh yeah, true. And import duty. Yeah, nah, no thanks. Combe should just pull their finger out and start remaking them. When they stopped, the seam was dead, but it's picking up slowly. The 316 should be dead. That motor should never come about. What do you mean, Tom? What do you mean by cheap cranking? No one who we know of does those cranks. Yeah, I've looked at that Stabjet, but I want to try stay as close as I can to this platform, like the base of this platform, I guess. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this performs though, because I've just the two. Well, actually, no, there's only one little hit that I did, and obviously I've done heaps at like 30% throttle before, just on the running tune. So far, the car feels bullshit scary quick. So once I'm fully sending it with what it can go in this setup, I'll be interested to see how it does. Because if that's how it is with that, then yeah, with the next combination with who I've got on board to build it and design it, yeah, that might be more than enough. Tweezy Tom, cheers for jumping on the stream. Yes, I've thought about getting one. Maybe something to look at doing soon once it's running properly. I'll have to put the ET streaks on the back for that though, and pray that they grip on the street. Oh god, shed badges. They are just disgrace. No shed badge should ever be on a Commodore, ever. Yeah, I might have to look at getting a draggy, and I'll do a video of just a draggy video of draggy all my cars, and then a couple of my cousins' cars, friends' cars, family's cars. I'll just do a compilation of draggy videos, and then just to make the mark, and then obviously do videos just on my own with it. On private roads, of course. Yeah, I own a few private roads around my way, funnily enough. Yeah. The only shit thing is about those private roads, there's bugger all signal, so if I crash or the car breaks, I'm walking for a lot just to get one bar of signal. Oh, yeah, but nah, nah. I'm born and bred WA and I'll stay that forever. Plus, I built this house in the garage. I don't plan on leaving it anytime soon, unless big property comes up for the right price. Yeah, that's it, Luke. Always makes me like a little bit hesitant with the right foot. Done my fair share of blowing up cars. Might try to remember that corn feed because once mine's done, I'll probably get a drag in and see where mine sits with that. It'll be very interesting because by then you're obviously spooled up in boost. Yeah, they might do here as well, Stabjet, but the issue is a signal. I wouldn't have signal to call them. And the back roads where I am is like 5-10 minutes from my house, and I've got a trailer, so all I'd have to do is just tell the missus to come get me and come back, pick up the trailer and go get the car, but it's a fact of having to walk to get signal. Which I might be lucky, it might be enough to send a message, but anything where you're relying on signal or internet coverage is a no-go, basically. Which when the oil line's sorted, I guess if you guys look at the surroundings outside the windows, you see. Yeah, man, but that's $200 that I don't have and shouldn't be spending. But yeah, I probably will get one. Like with everything else I've been saying, in a couple pays time. I just had to drop a lot of money this week on the new slave and then all the new oil lines and fittings. It's not cheap. Yep. No doubt when I message old mate tomorrow about the new combo, probably just be getting poorer again. The money that's coming in will be going straight out. Yeah, man. Good. The company so far I've found is EFI Solutions. Their stuff is actually decently priced, but still, though, when it still comes to your angled fittings, it's insane. The price just jumps up. Like you can get a straight fitting for say like $5. You go to a 45 and suddenly you're paying 53. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to not happen with mine corn fed. I'm trying to, it's in. My pay is already run out because my last pay was only 2 days and 3 hours worth. And then I've got a pay coming in on Wednesday, which is 6 days worth. And then keep in mind I'm fortnightly paid. And then the one after that will finally be a full pay. So I'm trying to not chew through my tax and have that go back into savings. Oh really? Are they based over there? Yeah, well their lines and fittings are what I've got that feed the turbo now. For the oil feed, return, and both coolant feed and return is what I changed to, and I've had zero issues so far. And the good thing as well is the physical size of their line is actually, the internal diameter is the same, but the physical OD, or outside diameter, is actually smaller, so it packages a lot better. So yeah, it doesn't look as cool because you don't have as big lines running everywhere, but they fit in a lot nicer and they're actually quite bendable. So that's what I ordered for the oil lines I got to replace for the filter relocation. And then later down the track, I'm going to replace all the fuel lines as well because I went the Golby's line. I've got the Teflon Golby's lines, which hasn't leaked yet, but just with all the oil lines that I got that with Golby's that had issues, I don't really want to keep it there for too long. I just want to be able to turn key on the car and drive it. which ironically, when I first got it running, when I first got it running, when I got the running tune done, that's exactly how it was. Turnkey, drive fine for a few weeks, and then had that turbo oil line fail, and it all went downhill from there. Turbo line failed, killed 2 coil packs, cut clutch slicks, blew a slave, blew an oil line now. Yeah. Did everything right. I thought I was on a winning streak when I got it going because nothing went wrong, and now it's all just catching up to me. Hopefully we'll get there. Fuck knows what I'll be filming if it does turnkey go good. I was literally thinking that, Stabjet, as I was saying it, I was like, I'm saying turnkey driving, but there's always going to be something. That's just the story of my life. But yeah. Now, Cornfed, I reckon mount them elsewhere. Keep it eco-looking per se, and relocate them. Can you do what I did and mount them on the chassis rail? Or have you got shit in the way there? Mine are tucked hard up against the firewall on there. You might need new leads though, because it might be too short. So you might want to move them forward a bit so you don't, but yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Because those, I know your old mount Fiddle 6, didn't it? What are you going to do to mount it on there though? Can you weld on the factory ones? As far as I'm aware, like plastic or something. Do you just have to bolt through and seal them or something? And you're going to have to do new breather lines too? Yeah, true. You can always get new rocker covers as well. They're everywhere. Or if there's none there, I should be able to get plenty around here and post them to you. I might even have a couple of my own spare, I think. I'll have to check. Yeah. Oh, the air one's sweet. Do VRs have LO ones or is it just VNs? I'm probably going to end the stream in about 8 minutes too. They've died off in numbers heaps. Everyone's probably bored of my bullshit. Okay, just the end. I'm going up bush. The weekend I'm home. There's a few cars. There might be a VN there. I'll have a look and see. I'll grab a couple spare just in case. If there's a VN up there. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream, guys. Cam's almost empty, and it says we only got 7 people watching, and we've been sitting at 12 plus the whole time, so yeah. Oh, Confed, I don't use them. I have those alloy ones. The what ZZP and Mace and all Intense and all that crap sell that I got cheap. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head off. Yeah, the old 67 ones. Yeah. But yeah, see you guys in 2 weeks on the 7th, where Cornfed and myself will be doing a joint stream. So you should be able to see both of us and see the shenanigans that we talk shit about. Yeah, I've heard that. I'll be changing for the next motor. Yeah, anyway guys, I'll see you on the 7th, and we'll hopefully have a good stream there. You should see all the posts go everywhere. It's going to be a real cute stab jet. Get yourself a camera and join in. Make it a 3-way stream. Alright guys, see you later.